Jackie Bolhuis from clumpandstampers.com, and I am here today to give you some tips and tricks for putting together the cards in the Mary Cafe online class and card kit. Now, some of you just got the tutorial, and if that's the case, you will have a list of supplies that tell you exactly what you need and the sizes you need to cut them. Others of you got the card kit. Your pieces are all cut for you and they're sorted by project. So just pull them out and get ready to create. Now, we're going to go through real quickly these cards. I don't have a whole lot to tell you about them. They're pretty easy, especially if you've worked with the Coffee Cafe class last month. But I did combine the Mary Cafe, some of the stamps with some in the Coffee Cafe. This is really cool that Stampin' Up! Did this, where both of these sets totally go together. So you can use these words over here, these words over there. You have different looking cups and lids. This one has whipped cream, that has the dome lid. So they are designed and meant to work together. This one's a little bit more seasonal. It allows you to do cards for all different seasons. So, and then don't forget your thinlits. These are awesome. Now, I did in the kit combine a few times. So let's go ahead and just start with card 1. And I think this one, all the stamping did come out of Mary Cafe on this one. The Witch's Brew, I just stamped and embossed. Now, if you don't know how to emboss or that's new to you, let me know and I can send you a video link that tells just about embossing. But it's stamped in Versamark and we embossed it using the white powder. Don't forget to use your embossing buddy. That'll help make sure you don't have all the little white specks where you don't want them. And once I stamped it, I just cut it out with a framelit. The outline of this is not stamped. It's just on the plain black cardstock. So softly falling embossing folder I use, one of my favorites. If you don't have that one, any will work. We're just trying to add some texture back there. And of course, you have to use dimensionals for your cup and your words on there. That's my Stampin' Crack, as I've said many times. You need them on everything, but it really makes a difference on your card. So there's card number 1. So for card number 2, we moved from Halloween to just fall in general, or it could be a Thanksgiving card. This time the cup is not stamped. It's simply cut out with the framelit. But I did, for our little coffee wrap here, I did use the stamp out of Coffee Cafe to get the outline and then the words before I cut it. I just thought it kind of made it pop a little bit more when you have the stamping on there. Now the leaves, I know we are so spoiled. You're going to have to get out your scissors and cut those. Just stamped them on scrap paper in several different colors and then I cut. And they are popped up with dimensionals. I use the mini dimensionals. If you don't have those yet, make sure you add them onto your next order because they are an absolute must. They work perfect for little things like this. And the whipped cream, just a word about that because I know a few people kind of struggled a little bit last month with it. It is from the Coffee Cafe set. And when you cut this, you stamp it in crumb cake, and when you cut it out with the framelit, and this I think is sized a little bit differently, but you might miss a little edge and not see all of the stamping. It's kind of designed that way because it gives it just a little bit more dimension looking to it. We've got like some heavy lines here and you might not have any on the right side, and that's okay. So don't worry about that if you feel like it's not lining up absolutely perfect for you. But what I do want to show you on this one is the dome, the plastic dome, which is actually vellum. And I know people always struggle with vellum and adhering it down, because if you use your snail or your fast fuse or glue dots, it's always going to show through. And if you're like me, that bugs you. I don't like to see glue. Okay, so my solution that I came up with is this is a little silicone craft mat. Again, this is a necessity. This sits on my stamping table all the time for different reasons. But I actually took my liquid glue, which if you follow me and watch other videos, you know this is one of my favorites and I use it for most things. And I put a dab on my silicone mat, and then I have a sponge that I've just cut into, I don't know, quarters or eighths or whatever. And this is my glue sponge, I call this one. And you know what? They're not very expensive. When it gets too yucky, I'll just throw it away and grab another one. But I'm going to take my sponge and I'm going to dab it in that glue, get a little bit of glue on it, and then if I dab on the back of my vellum, I'll be able to stick this down to both my cup and my whipped cream on there, and you won't see that adhesive. The sponge just puts it on so thin and spread so nicely that you won't see it. So it works awesome to adhere vellum down. Now, when this dries, okay, because you're probably wondering, well, can you just keep going? I don't know if you can see, I've got some dry glue on the sides here. When it's all dry, you can take your finger and you can just rub it off. So you can clean this really easy. So that's how I stuck the vellum down on that one. So I think that's it. Again, pop it up on dimensionals. So there's card number 2. I think card number 3 is my favorite in this set, maybe because I love the colors so much. I don't know that I have to tell you anything. We stamped the outline of our wrap here because I think it just makes it pop. And then the cup is also stamped with the outline from Mary Cafe with the little hearts put in there. The hearts actually came out of Coffee Cafe, so I think this one probably interchanges your pieces more. Again, the vellum is stuck on there. We have dimensionals under the cup in the circle and under this layer, and it's just a super cute card. And then our last one, card number 4, is our Christmas cards. We've covered quite a few upcoming holidays here. Now this one, the cups are just cut out of a piece of the DSP. So there's no stamping, you just simply cut it. If you did get the kit, your patterns may vary because, you know, these cups can be in any pattern. Then I stamped our lids and cut them out. And what's kind of fun about A Cup of Cheer and also Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, these are separate stamps. Mary's one, Christmas is one, and a Happy New Year is one. So you're able to stamp them in the 2 different colors very easily. Again, I did it on scrap paper, just kind of put them as close as I could. Then I went ahead and took our framelit and cut them out. The little stir stick is just cut out of cardstock. Now this one, if you haven't worked with it, it's a pretty small piece. It's basically just the top. So after I've cut it out of the cardstock, I just put a little bit of a dab of glue on it and attach it to the top of the lid. Again, we've got dimensionals. I did emboss this time using the quilt top embossing folder just to do something different. But again, any embossing folder will look awesome with that. So there's your 4th card. So I hope you like these. They are pretty simple. There's not a whole lot I needed to show you. But if you have any questions at all, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. I love helping you with all your stamping needs. I hope you enjoy these cards and that you make them and you share them and you send them to people. And I look forward to sharing with you again. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a Stamp Happy Day.